Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Foster, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, little notify bell next to it. We've also got channel memberships. You too can join the Slow Wolf Pack. Hit that join button there for $5 a month to get access to all the bonus content that our patrons of $5 and up get access to. Of course, we are on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We got a bunch more reward tiers there, including the $20 reward tier. You can get your video on Matt Chat, and you get the Friendo Care Package. It's got a comic book, sticker.
You got the...
There it is right there.
Yeah,
if you're watching this on the YouTube, you can check it out there. So it's all good stuff. And then I think for the Friendo Market sale, the promo code for Mania might be over. I forget what I set it to expire for.
You get your haircut yesterday?
No.
Looks shorter.
Does it?
Did you actually style it?
That's weird.
No, it does look shorter. You're
Does
messing
it?
with me.
Jerk. Yeah, somebody got a haircut and she cut too much off, but that's okay. When I have shorter hair, it makes my face look even fatter than it actually is.
Well, I didn't notice that. I noticed the hair on top is poofier.
Oh,
It's got
yeah.
more height to it. That's
Well,
what
when it's longer, I have to. It just crumbles under its own weight.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, Raw after Mania. Good stuff, right? Was it?
In terms of Raw's after Mania, this was probably the more, if not the most underwhelming of recent memory.
Well, I'll say this: there was stuff that I really liked about it, and there was stuff that I thought it was exactly an in between show. It was an in between show of Raw, and I thought it was an in between Raw after Mania.
The expectations are generally so high for Raw after Mania that, and I said this before we started, is like usually it's the reset. It's the culmination of the previous year's storylines, with the crescendo happening at Mania generally, and here's your opportunity to start anew for the next 12 months, roughly.
Yeah.
And didn't really have that feeling.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yes,
It
didn't.
You got the opening segment between Kofi and Seth, which was cool.
Yeah.
And like, whoa, this could be. We all knew the match was gonna have a clean finish.
Yeah, sure.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But just how the clean finish was avoided left a bit to be desired because because it's like, what's Cesaro and Sheamus's motivations? We don't know. They just want to mess with them.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not strong enough for me.
Well, and also on top of that, Sheamus and Cesaro. And here's the thing: like the crowd was. It was number one. It was all over the map. I put up a community poll. And it was heavy on in between. It was 43% of you after 2,500 votes. 43% of you thought it was an in between show. I agree with that. The Yays actually did give it 26%. Taken on its own, it was a pretty solid episode of Raw. But it was sort of an underwhelming, like you said, Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
Nays were up to 16%. They were probably echoing your thoughts on the main event because there is a million different ways you could have done that.
Like if Drew had come out and laid everybody out. I'd been cool with that.
There are two scenarios I think that could have worked really, really well. We'll talk about that.
Even if Lars Sullivan came out at the end and laid everybody out, I'd have been fine with that.
That would have been great. You know why? Because I was talking to the Friendoverse dude, Mikey Omega, about this. And I felt like even if Lars is going to end up being a mid-carder, do what you used to do back in the Attitude Era. You debut a new guy in a main event role. He comes out, squashes the main event. Tomorrow or tonight on SmackDown, rather, he squashes an upper mid-card match. He comes out and he poo-poos that.
Yeah.
Then he settles into the mid-card feuding with somebody like Mustafa Ali or somebody around that level. That's how you can debut Lars Sullivan. It's a call-up, which people really like call-ups. And so people are happy about that. And it's a new face, and you're starting off Lars really, really strong.
Yeah, he's making an impact, obviously.
You go with Drew. Drew comes out there, and you can't just do something normal with Drew. Drew comes out, and he annihilates in a highly vicious fashion. Maybe you even let Seth get some blood. He annihilates the two
champions.
So
that's regardless where I'm going after this shakeup, I want title.
Right. That's how you do it.
Makes perfect sense.
That's how you do it.
But this Thebar, like, what's their end game? What's their goal?
What was the point?
And they just, like, commentary, all they could say is like, well, they have history with everybody.
Well, yeah, because they've been in the company for a million years.
They're just there to mess with people, essentially.
Of course they have.
I'm sure what the goal was, the idea was, okay, we'll have Thebar, a SmackDown team, come over to Raw because Superstar Shakeup's happening next week, and we get people excited for that because here's a tag team jumping brands.
Yeah. But it's not just these days. Here's the thing. These days, when we've had literally about 20 cross-brand appearances,
impact, yeah.
There's no impact there. If we had zero cross-brand appearances from various superstars and Thebar came over, okay, then you might be.
But even then, it's the way. Granted, SmackDown's tag division handled way better than Raw, but still, the tag division has never really, or not for a while in WWE, been treated like a main event spot.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So when a tag team comes over, it's kind of,
Yeah.
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 You know.
Yeah.
Now if like Samoa Joe had come in and messed up the match, tossed it out,
that'd have been
and like put
too.
Seth and Kofi in the clutch at the same time or something like that.
Oh, it'd be like a big hug.
That'd have been something else.
Yeah. Yeah, there's any number of scenarios you could have played out.
You need to finish that with a bit more shocking.
And Thebar, and especially because everybody saw the writing. They come out, of course they're going to turn into a tag team match.
I know.
And it just, it wasn't going to work. That being said, I mean, they did pull the trigger on some oddball stuff, some rematches, a final send-off seemingly for Kurt Angle. And
Dean Ambrose.
And then Dean Ambrose.
And Sami came back, and we had an Undertaker appearance. That was all fun, I guess.
Sami, Undertaker. So, I mean, it definitely had that feel to it. But we'll get into the minutia of it in a little bit. First off, we want to go over. So we took the day off yesterday.
Yeah, much needed. Still pretty tired.
Did you get some good rest? Yeah, I'm kind of tired too.
No, I didn't get the rest I wanted at all. No.
I kind of did nothing except for my taxes yesterday and this haircut.
That's kind of a lot. Taxes is a lot.
Well, I had most of it done. I just had to do some little bits and pieces. So I'm happy that's done. But beyond that, I didn't really do anything.
I didn't get the sleep I wanted yesterday.
I watched one episode of this show that I like on Netflix. It's it's like literally from Spain.
Oh, what's it called?
Catalonia. It's called If We Hadn't Met, or If They Hadn't Met. I forget what the title is in Spanish, but it's an alternate universe type thing.
Oh, of course you love it.
It's like a love story.
Of course you love it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's great. It's really cool.
Let's talk about these little news bits. So the main thing coming on Mania, we touched on this a bit on our Mania review. The early word about the finish to the main event, whether it was a botch, whether it was just a little messy. At first, I think his name was Tom. Sorry, I should have Calahoo. Reported that yes, that was not the intended finish of the match. It was in fact a botch. The original finish was supposed to be Becky tapping out Charlotte.
Right.
Then subsequently Monday morning, I believe, or Sunday night, Meltzer did his post-Mania episode of Wrestling Observer Radio and said, no, that was the intended finish. If anything was an issue, it was that Rhonda's shoulders weren't down for the full duration of the 3 count.
Sean Ross Sapp had tweeted out Rhonda was upset backstage.
But then he also said yesterday that, to kind of clarify a bit, that how did exactly
he had said, I think on the podcast,
he said she was mad, but that's not the exact verbiage, that she was unhappy, but also he had heard that the finish didn't go as planned, but he didn't necessarily say there was another finish instead.
Yeah, it feels kind of like, because the original thing coming from Tom Calahoo,
I think
was that Rhonda, was that Charlotte was supposed to tap, right?
Yes.
And then everything after that was, no, the finish went down as planned, but from what I gather, Rhonda, in trying to sell that she's trying to get out of the pin,
did a bit too much,
and that's why her shoulder went up, and that was the botch itself. And Rhonda wasn't happy about, from what I understood, what I would imagine was her executing that pin.
Also, Justin Brasso, Sports Illustrated, says, quote, multiple sources close to WWE have confirmed that the controversial finish of WrestleMania 35 main event went off as planned.
Yeah, with
Becky Lynch pinning Rhonda. The whole idea was that Vince didn't want Rhonda to tap in her loss. So down the line, I think I kind of mentioned this in the Armenia review, down the line, Rhonda can come back whenever she wants to come back. If she wants to come back, say, all right, you got me. You caught me with the pin, Becky.
Yeah.
But I didn't tap.
Yeah.
So this isn't over.
Yeah. Which we had actually talked about on the show. Like, we were just talking about what we had in front of us. And that finish actually did make sense. I know everybody wants, or a lot of people out there, I saw this on the Twitters. A lot of people want, the ultimate culmination of that storyline is her tapping out to Becky Lynch. Well, in wrestling, you always have to save. You gotta look further down the road, whether you like it or not. I'm not saying I liked it or I didn't like it, but that's kind of how they operate. Rhonda's a big deal, and for her just to end right now with tapping out to Becky Lynch. That eliminates some possibilities in the future.
If it was a situation where Rhonda, was a company for a year and that was it, and she's like, all right, I got my year under me. Done. She's done. Yeah.
No
interest, never coming back. Yeah. Then, the finish where it's definitive.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But if Rhonda's like, I want to step away for a bit, decide what I want to do. Maybe it'll be gone for 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know. You got to, I completely understand why WWE want to leave it a bit open-ended. Because the end result is the fans got what they wanted. They got Becky winning that match, holding both those titles up. Was it as dramatic, as maybe as satisfying as it could have been? No. But maybe at SummerSlam, maybe at Mania next year. That's one thing Justin Barrasso mentions in his SI piece, is that right now the plan, tentatively, is for Rhonda and Becky at Mania 36.
Yeah, wow.
So if that's the goal in mind, then leave it. I guess I understand. Leave it a little bit open-ended, so they can revisit that at another point, and then you can get your declarative blow-off.
Yeah,
a year down the line. Now you have a year to build up to it if you can actually add more heat to it, if it's even possible.
Yeah, and on top of that, like all the sort of the dismay, if you will, over the fans being grumpy about Charlotte being added to the match. Maybe it would make more sense to kick that down the road when it is a one-on-one situation and there's no doubt or no shenanigans and you have that definitive thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I was fine with the finish. I thought that there was, it could have built. I thought this about a similar-ish match last year, Charlotte versus Asuka. I thought that the build to the finish. In fact, I thought the build to their finish in their SmackDown match was better than the one we got at Mania last year. But those are kind of qualms. Like Becky won, it was a great moment. I thought it was.
J&J Mixed Match Wrestling Review says you guys were saying the whole time Rhonda needed a tap, and now you're backpedaling. I mean, that's if they want the culmination of the story to be final.
In the very end, she should tap.
Yeah,
but this isn't the very end, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and yes, we're allowed to change our minds. Speaking of somebody who doesn't seem to be changing his mind, Batista has tweeted out that he is done
with sports entertainment.
Retired from sports entertainment. I don't have the exact tweet in front of me, but I can get it because I know how to operate Twitter.
Yeah, you know how to handle the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
Really, he had the tweet and also something on Instagram, and it was very heartfelt. And he was on Lillian Garcia's podcast and spoke more about it. And to say him doing the one last match, losing to Triple H was his way of saying thank you to Hunter.
Yeah.
For investing so much time in helping him become a champion, a huge star in WWE.
To all the... Oh, wait, no, that's the Instagram post. Sorry, friend.
Well, the Instagram post kind of says the same stuff, too.
Yeah, I should have just stuck with that. I really want to see that My Spy movie. Boy, there's a lot of for that. Here no.
Let's see. Man, he's promoting a lot. Maybe he ditched the tweet and just did the Instagram post.
Yeah, that could be
after the
That'd
fact.
Be weird.
I don't know, man. You get more characters to type out your true feelings on Instagram as opposed to Twitter.
That's true. That is true. Whatever. I'll just go to the Instagram post. I have the link right here. Here we go. To all the WWE fans across the world that gave me the opportunity to suspend your disbelief, thank you. From the biggest part of my heart, thank you for letting me entertain you. Tonight was my storybook ending, and I wanted to leave you with all I had to give. I'll miss this theater of violence more than I can express in words, but I am officially retiring from sports entertainment. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I leave in great health, and without a doubt, the show will go on. I had a hell of a run. Thank you for the journey. Peace sign emoji. Hashtag Dream Chaser. Hashtag WrestleMania 35.
I mean, it's a heck of a way to go out in your final match, taking bumps like he did, nearing the age of 50.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was a brutal match.
Hats off to Dave.
Yeah, that was great.
He is great. All right, let's talk about Raw now. So the show kicked off with Seth Rollins coming down the ring, burn it down, delivering a promo.
This was probably the best, like the opening bit was the best segment of the night.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because it was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So he drops promo talking about how Brock, he's out of here. He's on a flight to Vegas. He could stay in Vegas. Not welcome back here is Brock Lesnar.
That's right.
Essentially, he said no longer is he the reigning, defending, undisputed champion. He says, now I'm the reigning, defending, fighting, undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Holds the belt up. Cue New Day's music. Crowd pops huge. They walk down to the ring. Kofi says, with all the stuff happened at Mania last night, the winner take all. Oh, even before that, sorry. Big E does the splits.
This was so like the New Day, Xavier and Big E are obviously in such a good place mentally. It is written all over them. It's hilarious. Xavier Woods was humping the ground.
Yeah.
Seth was like trying to ease him up a bit on that. And then Big E, meanwhile, did the splits. And then everybody starts looking at Big E, and he's just in full split position.
Yeah, he just resting
like,
there.
Oh, my God. He's like...
Yeah, that's great.
Man.
Everybody's laughing. It's
fantastic. It was fantastic.
Anyways, then Kofi suggests, hey, at Mania last night, main event, we saw a winner take all match. Why don't we do something like this tonight? Let's do that tonight.
Yeah. And then, of course, Twitter starts blowing up. Oh, my God, are they going to take that title off Kofi right now?
No. Seth accepts. And this is a great moment where Kofi and Seth are just looking around the arena, soaking in the enthusiasm, the chants, the yes chants from the fans.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
Everybody wants to see a winner.
They're really selling that moment really well.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then Seth says, sure, we'll have that match.
No, he said, challenge accepted. That's right. So, yeah, and then people started freaking out. No, it was and then the best part of the second best part after the splits, Rollins' music hits.
Oh, yeah.
Go to a wide shot, and Xavier Woods and Big E are sitting there just rocking
They're
out.
air guitaring to his theme. And they go the pause.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
That was awesome.
Those guys are amazing.
So good. Anyways, before we continue, here's a word from our sponsor, forhims.com. Hey, Larson, how's that hairline of yours doing up there? Is it starting its retreat yet? Any bald spots yet?
Well, Steve,
let me see that big head of yours.
Well, Steve, it is easier to keep the hair you've got than replace what's already been lost. And if you're looking to do something about this if I'm looking to do something about this receding hairline, why would I try odd solutions when I can look to medicine and science? The solution is forhims.com, men's one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness.
Larson, tell me.
What?
Do you got to go waste time anxiously sitting in a waiting room only to go in for an awkward doctor's visit to get your hands on some Hims?
No. With Hims, you get real doctors and medical-grade solutions to deal with hair loss. We're talking well-known generic equivalents to brand-name prescriptions to help you keep your hair. Just go to forhims.com, answer a few questions, and the doctor will look over your order and bang, products shipped directly to your door. It is that easy.
And right now, Going In Raw listeners can get a trial months of Hims for only $5 while supplies last. Go to forhims.com/GIR. That's forhims.com/GIR. This would cost you hundreds if you went to a pharmacy or the doctor.
Again, we'd like to thank Hims for sponsoring today's episode. And you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to forhims.com/GIR.
Following that, we had the tag team rematch for the Raw tag titles. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus La Revival.
Yeah, this is a fun match.
Yeah, this was a fun match.
I actually kind of feel like this match is better than the Mania match.
Yeah, the finish of the Mania match was really good. No, this was a better match. Yeah, it was.
It's like all told.
Yeah.
Like the beginning part of the Mania match, it felt like there was a lot of feeling out. There's no feeling out this one.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Both teams seem more aggressive.
And on top of that, I thought the finish was more... It was more crisp. It was more, I don't know. I like when they act like the Usos are so good at that kind of stuff over on SmackDown. Like they always execute these almost like New Japan finishes. New Japan, their finishes are always so cool. Like it's just sequence, boom.
Oh, there's a build to it. Yeah, there's counters and reversals and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this had that, and the other one I kind of didn't.
Well, the other one it was the story of Hawkins essentially rising above his losing streak, almost literally, because Dawson dropped him that brainbuster ringside, put him in the ring, and was like, oh, he can't even get up.
Yeah.
What a chump this guy is.
Yeah.
Assuming, this is easy pickings here, Kurt Hawkins roll up for the win.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a situation where Revival took their eyes off the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Where they hit the Shatter Machine on not the legal man. They hit it on Ryder.
Yeah.
And that allowed Hawkins to get an opportunity to get another roll-up win.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It just felt more crisp.
It did.
Maybe it might just be, I know, like, any stage you're on out there is a big stage, but maybe it's just WrestleMania, you know?
Or it could be a situation. Maybe this Mania match is the first time these two teams have wrestled, so they kind of did have to have a bit of the feeling out, but now they're a bit familiar with themselves, so they're like, all right, pedal the metal.
That could be too.
I don't know.
After that, Baron Corbin came out.
Hey, I wanted gold medal because you didn't think I was.
It's like a title belt. That's what Corey said.
You're not, man.
And then the crowd started like chanting F word at him. Shut the F up. I think they were doing that.
Yeah.
And he said, real classy, you're New York. Yeah, that's what I expect from people from New York. You're dirty.
And he says, you dirty New Yorkers.
You dirty New Yorker.
And then Corey Graves pointed out that he refers to himself as Brooklyn's favorite son.
Yeah. But also, he was WrestleMania's.
I'm not dirty.
I think that's going to be his new thing is every town he goes in is going to be insert town name here, favorite son.
You're dirty.
Oh, is that the thing?
Because at Mania, they said, in WrestleMania's favorite son.
Oh, okay.
That'll be his new thing. Anyways, Kurt Angle comes out. He says, hey, you were the better man last night. Good luck to you, Baron. He extends his hand. He shakes it. And then what did he say before he dropped him?
Bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I wish you all the luck in the world. Bad luck.
And then he drops him with the angle slam, puts him in the ankle lock.
Yeah.
He lets go. And he's celebrating a bit. Cue Lars Sullivan's music.
I thought, man, I know you're not into that music, but I love that piano bit.
Yeah.
I think it's so effective. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh, no, there's a guy at a piano. And
Oh,
Lars
no, I
Sullivan's
understand
about to
the
come out.
little sinister melody. I understand why it's effective. I just musically, it doesn't really appeal to me. So Lars comes down to the ring. He starts yelling at Kurt. Kurt steps to him, and then Lars drops him with a freak accident, follows with a diving headbutt.
Yeah.
And then he just leaves.
Yeah. Again,
Should have saved that for the main event.
I think that you should have done that in the main event. You're making a bigger star if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Alexa Bliss made her return to the ring.
So that's the first time she's been in the ring since the Rumble, I believe.
Been a little while. She had called out Bayley and Sasha Banks on the Twitters, like the WCW build right there. And Bayley answered the call. Bayley was working this match a bit heelish. She had her hand on the rope at one point. She seemed a bit. She did a sunset flip with banging Alexa Bliss's head into the
that was a good move.
turnbuckle. But Alexa Bliss came out on top. She hit a DDT for the win, and she started yelling at the ref to raise her hand. So it's not like this is a face turn.
No,
I was just kind of into it.
No, the part where Bayley had her hand on the rope, that seemed like a mistake.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, like she was just some thing where it's like it was an unconscious thing where she just did it to steady herself.
Oh, that could be.
Because the ref was like, hey, you got your hands on the rope, and she kind of did this. It seemed like.
Maybe you're right.
I didn't get that. I didn't get the feeling from it like she was putting her hands on the rope to cheat. I felt like she put her hand on the rope to steady herself in some respect and forgot her hand was there.
Yeah, that could be. Sasha Banks had an interesting night on Twitter.
Yeah, she pulled out of a Wendy Williams appearance today.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, for personal reasons.
Yeah. Let's see here. So she had a lengthy little statement here on Twitter. She says, there is something about the way life happens today that makes it hard to look ahead. There are things that make it difficult to laugh, difficult to live the way you want. There are things that make it almost impossible to trust where you are, to believe in where you want to be. You look around and life is happening way too fast. Sometimes it feels like the moments are gone. Everything happens all at once and right away. We're marching towards destiny we cannot understand, towards the kingdom of convenient. Then one day you look up and you can't find the meaning. Your crisis of purpose and passion is acting up, but they tell you that's supposed to be normal. Well, I don't want normal, I want magic, because that's the place that feels like home to me. That's the place where I remember what dreams look like, where meaning is effortless and purpose is simple. That's the place where love still matters. I want that feeling of coming home again. I want to feel like myself. I want that magic. And then today she said, due to personal reasons, I had to pull out of my appearance today on Wendy Williams. Sorry to everyone who's looking forward to it. Hopefully the opportunity will be there again later. Hashtag if you only knew. So hopefully she's doing okay.
Yeah.
That schedule can't be
rough.
easy. The highs and lows of pro wrestling.
Yes.
I'm not a pro wrestler. I could only imagine what that's like emotionally for a person. So hopefully she's getting to where she needs to be.
Yes. After Alexa and Bayley's match, we had Becky Lynch, Becky 2 belts coming down the ring.
Handling 2 belts does not look easy.
Yeah, especially when she tried to get in the ring and that SmackDown Women's title almost fell.
Yeah.
But she recovered nicely. It didn't fall. She recovered nicely.
Yeah, so she dropped a promo, basically going over her match a little bit. She called out Ronda Rousey, said, well, you little weirdo, whenever you come back, I'll be waiting for you.
She said, I'll knock the empty head off your shoulders or something like that.
That's good. And then she mentioned Charlotte. She said Charlotte will be fine. The McMahons are probably already backstage waiting to give her the tag team titles or
and she
something.
said, I know that these 2 belts make me a marked woman, so anybody who steps to me, I'm going to slap the head off him.
Right. So then she starts getting out of the ring. Lacey Evans' music hits. She starts walking down. Becky Lynch just sort of stands still in her path. Lacey Evans turns around and then turns back around with a woman's right.
Which Becky kind of no-sold.
She didn't get laid out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, but she reeled.
Yeah.
And then came back and fought more. But no, she buried the finish.
Yeah. Jim, don't bury my finish.
Then they brawled up the ramp. The brawl looked pretty. The brawl was pretty stiff.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah,
and Lacey Evans was doing all that in heels.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, and then top of the stage, Becky tries to put Lacey in the disarm her, and Lacey kind of slips away.
They're right near the stage,
the
like
side of the
stage.
Yeah, the edge of the stage.
So she gets
away.
Yeah. Do you think they need to be doing Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch right now if they have big things planned for Lacey Evans, or should they have her get some wins first?
Yeah, she's like in all this time where she's been walking down the ramp and just turning back around, she could have been having matches and building her up. That's probably what they should have done. Instead of just have her walk down the ramp, turn around and walk back up.
Mm-hmm. Because then she can come out and say, I've proven my bona fides. I'm credentialed.
Because she was in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's had any other matches since her call-up in mid-December.
Yeah. She wasn't even in the women's, the Mania, the China Royal.
And I don't understand the point of keeping her away from in-ring action. Unless they just think she's too green or something right now. And that's the case. Why are you pushing her to the main event?
I don't know. We had that report, though, that everybody likes working with her in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which I don't know. Did you see that the Nikki Cross little short DSLR video?
Mm-mm.
It's really cool. It came out on her Twitter yesterday. It's like a good 2 minutes or so, maybe a minute and a half, and she's just going on about it's sort of like it's like some backstory. She's like recounting a story from her childhood about being allowed to play and stuff. And they do like a bunch of split screen stuff, and it's filmed like the color timing is sort of Soderbergh-esque.
Interesting.
It's got a Soderbergh feel to it.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh man, that's really cool. Whether or not she's going to show up anytime soon,
yeah,
I don't know.
Really the thing.
Yeah.
After that, brief Seth interview backstage talking about the main event for the evening.
Yeah, I think Gypsy was yelling at me at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember anything major coming out of this.
And I don't remember thinking, he probably said something pivotal here, so I should go back and watch it. I just figured he was hyping the match.
He just hyped the match. I don't feel like he said anything pivotal. Next, we had Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Oh, hold on. One thing I do want to note, though, that I was very pleased with, and I think WWE understood that they came out of a pretty good WrestleMania, is that they did not say, this is going to be a crazy Raw where people boo what they cheer and they cheer what they boo. They didn't do that, and I'm so happy they didn't do that because that's the most condescending thing ever. I think they understood that we kind of gave people what they wanted last night. So if these people start booing something that they're supposed to be cheering, then that's kind of on them. You know?
Yeah. And then they get in the main event segment. Next, we had Ricochet and Aleister Black taking on, I guess, their heels now, Bob Roode and Chad Gable. They had a little picture-in-picture promo where they're like, we're going to do things our way now.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I liked about the picture-in-picture promo is poor Bob Roode, the first part of his sentence got cut off. They came into it late.
Hi, this is Roode with another Matt Chat question.
Steven Larson, when things don't work out for you and you're playing by the rules, do you start to not play by the rules? Larson debate yes, Steve debate no.
Thanks, friendos. Too sweet, hearty handshake, Steve shoulder lean. That he gets cut off again.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what they said. They said, we're tired of doing things the right way. We were in that stupid Andre the Giant Battle Royal. for doing things the right way, even though we've been teasing doing things the wrong way for a little while now.
It's an overnight heel turn. Man, there's so many opportunities. Like, if you just do the most basic of build, things would be a lot more effective. I think they would know this. Anyways, towards the finish, Bob Roode is pushed into the ref.
They still couldn't. Dude, they got a heel turn. They still couldn't get a win. Like, why wasn't this against Heavy Machinery? Give Alistair and Ricochet
the night off.
The night off.
Because they're probably going to be wrestling the night on SmackDown, too.
Right? They still had their NXT lower thirds.
Yeah. That's probably the case till next weekend.
Can we talk about Aleister Black's entrance?
Oh, gosh.
What was going on there?
I mean, there was a malfunction with the platform because he was sitting cross-legged and then stood up.
Well, it was weird because I kind of noticed, usually, especially at NXT, because they had it down, you have time to prepare at NXT. But when they moved over to main roster, it was fine. The TV direction, the camera guys knew what they were doing. Last night, I swear, there was like it would be like a shot of the candles, and then like sudden movement, and like the crossfade would happen really quickly, as if everybody was out of place or something.
Oh, it could be.
Because it wasn't like your normal Aleister Black entrance. It was okay, where's camera one? Crap, which one's camera two?
Yeah.
Who's in place? Who's out of place?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see you hear like some creaking, but then Aleister just sort of springs up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like a Rey Mysterio thing?
Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm guessing, they had TakeOver in Brooklyn. I'm sure they didn't tear the stage down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe someone misplaced his platform. I don't know.
That could be. It was very weird.
It was odd. Anyways, towards the end, Bob Roode gets pushed into the ref, and then Chad Gable takes that opportunity since the ref is distracted, knock Ricochet off the top rope. Roode hits a spine buster. Ricochet kicks out at 2, and then Roode and Gable hit their finish. Aleister comes in. He breaks it up. Ricochet flips out of Gable's rolling German suplex and hits like a single-legged code breaker for the win. And afterwards, Bob Roode lays out Ricochet. So I guess heel turn confirmed.
Yeah. Cody Miles mentions here that Beth and Natalya also use the hashtag if you only knew. So I don't know if it's a story or something.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Next, Elias is backstage. He's ripping off a guitar solo. Takes a break, talks, and says he's gotten enough time from the McMahons that evening to unveil his rock opera in full.
Yeah.
And he promises to lay out anyone who interrupts him.
He said he didn't care if they're a returning legend, an NXT call-up, or superstar or whatever, or anybody else. He's going to lay them
They'll
out.
have hell to pay.
So then people are like, ooh, who's it going to be?
Well, he pretty much telegraphed it completely when he actually got to the ring. All right, let's talk about this. So there's a box.
Oh, dear.
And the box, and there's like steam or smoke coming out of the box. It opens up, and there's a puppet inside. It's like what's that show called? Spinning image puppet.
Yeah.
I guess it was a buzzard, a bird of some sort.
It was like a Phil Collins spinning image.
It looked like a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
It was a buzzard.
Yeah, I know, but it looked like a Skeksis.
I thought it was a dinosaur, pal.
Maybe it was a dinosaur buzzard.
That'd be cool. What's the close? Well, dinosaurs, they say, are closest to birds.
Yeah, they say some dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah, that's right, which is weird. It'd be weird to live back when dinosaurs were around.
Yeah, it'd be pretty frightening, I think.
Right?
How did the cavemen ever survive in the land of dinosaurs, Steve?
Oh, no, man.
I get all my historical, like prehistoric history from the Flintstones obviously, yes.
What is that? That's from something. What is that from?
Oh, I don't know.
There's somebody used that line before. The Flintstones is not a documentary.
No, I don't remember.
God damn it. That's from something. I forget what it is.
So anyways, this box opens up.
Oh, I know. I think I know what it was. I could be wrong about this. But do you remember Ricky Gervais's first podcast?
Yeah.
When
yeah.
The Flintstones are not a documentary.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Anyways,
so there's this puppet. Looks like a buzzard, I guess.
It's got a fedora, right?
No, I don't remember a fedora.
I thought it had a Bray fedora. Hold on a second.
It didn't have any feathers on its head.
Bray puppet.
That's not getting you the results you wanted.
How is it? It's not coming up immediately. Images. Oh, okay. In my head, it had a fedora.
No, I didn't have a hat.
I love when I.
But it had no feathers.
Yeah. It did. Okay, so it did have like a Hawaiian shirt, though.
Yeah, it had some sort of shirt. Okay. I remember that.
All right.
And so it pops up and it starts laughing with kind of like a wheezy laugh cough.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But that's obviously. I mean, it sounded like Bray. Whatever that
maybe.
cough was, it sounded like Bray. I mean, I immediately was like,
well, you think Buzzard, you're like, oh, that's Bray.
well, I didn't think this is the thing. I didn't know it was a Buzzard at first. I thought it was a dinosaur. I was like, but then I heard him talk, and I was like, oh, why is Bray doing like some weird puppet dinosaur thing? It was, look, man, you just don't expect this to happen.
No.
You don't expect it to happen. I shouldn't have to figure out what kind of freaking animal this thing is. You know, well, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
A weird puppet comes out. I don't know. What does a buzzard look like?
It's a vulture, man.
Buzzard.
Well, I guess vultures don't have feathers on their head either. Because if they did, that's not a buzzard.
This is not.
None of those are buzzards.
buzzard.
None of those are
Vulture.
buzzards. Yeah, see, that's a vulture.
That kind of looks like it.
But
Difference between
stylized.
buzzards and vultures. Understanding buzzards. Sorting out the difference. I just
Physical
want to know
differences.
physical. New World vultures have very weak feet. Don't care about that. Turkey buzzard.
Oh, wait.
Buzzard hawks.
Oh, I'm
I
so
don't know,
confused.
man. Look, I'm just saying this right here. If this is a vulture, his thing is follow the buzzards.
Yeah. You know, what do buzzards and vultures eat? Dead things.
Oh, here, that looks like it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that looks like it. Dead men, like Undertaker. Is that what you're saying? Bray versus Taker, part 2. We're gonna get that.
No, we don't need that again. Don't need that again.
So it was a buzzard puppet.
Yeah.
How can they possibly pull this off and not come off like Bray is a complete idiot?
I don't know how. I don't know.
Does this right here? Does this scream strongly booked gimmick to you?
No. It's a puppet, damn it.
Who do you think was operating the hand?
I'd like to think Bray was.
You think Bray was under there?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty funny. This is Bray's idea.
This is like
so it's time off.
Yeah.
You know, he's at home. He's helping JoJo with her pregnancy.
Well,
and he's going online. He's like, oh, man, I remember this show I watched when I was a kid with puppets in it. Really weird, strange-looking puppets, man.
like Fraggle Rock.
Spitting image, man.
That fool didn't grow up in England. Get out of here with that.
They had a show here in the States.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the late 80s, I want to say.
Oh, that's right. Why would you know about it if you,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, I was so young, but I remember those puppets, man.
Man, remember that video Phil Collins did, man? It's the land of confusion.
Bray Wyatt always living in the land of confusion, man.
That's a good name for a finish. Land of confusion.
Yeah.
Coming at you from the land of confusion.
Exactly.
6'3", 270 pounds.
Bray Wyatt. He comes out to that song. He has a Genesis gimmick now, I
know. Superman, where are you now, man? Oh, God. I'm going to beat you against all odds, man.
Yep. Well, that's solo Phil, man. We just need strictly Genesis.
What other hits do they have with Phil Collins? The line is blurry for me.
Like
there's some Wham songs.
I Can't Dance.
There's some Wham songs that I straight up thought were solo George Michael songs. But they're Wham songs.
Yeah.
I Can't Dance. That was
that's Genesis.
That's Genesis.
What other hits they have? Oh, That's All.
Oh, that's a good one.
Invisible Touch. That's Genesis.
Oh yeah, I Can't Dance was that, huh? Invisible Touch. Oh, that's a great name. All these are great. Listen, all these are great names for finishers.
Yeah, I know.
I Can't. Well, not I Can't Dance.
Oh, Throwing It All Away. That's
Throwing
Genesis.
It All Away. Go back. You're in the deep cuts now. None of those.
Well, this is early '80s stuff we're going back to.
Yeah. The musical box. Follow you, follow me, follow the buzzards. There you go.
There you go.
I like it. Man, we've got the connection. Genesis.
Oh, In Too Deep, too.
It's Fin Too Deep.
Fin Too Deep.
Anyways, moving on. That was weird. Dean Ambrose. Yeah, again, Bray could have come out the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Not his puppet, though.
No, not unless he comes out with his puppet in his hand.
After that, I was surprised to hear Dean Ambrose music, but they billed it as his final match in the WWE.
Yeah.
And he was taking on Bob Lashley, who came out and then did his music hit? Because he was still on the ramp and that music was done with.
Oh, because Leo was supposed to talk.
Right, and there was a moment he wanted Leo to say something, and Leo didn't want to.
He was seemingly speechless, and he tried again a couple other times, and they're on the apron. And then Bob grabs the mic, and that's what he says. Hey, Dean, I'll be sure to take care of your wife for you when you're gone.
Whoa.
Wow.
And he said, what does that mean? And it's like fairly obvious what he means.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah, so Dean attacks him. They brawl. Ringside, then up the ramp. Dean clears off the announce table, but then Bob gets up because Dean had thrown him into the LED board. Bob gets up, hits him with a spear, and then he puts Dean through the announce table with a spine buster, and then Renee's over Dean.
Man,
trying
all
to
the
console
time,
make sure he's okay.
Dean Ambrose has taken a beating. We haven't seen Renee Young go over and cradle him one time. We haven't seen that ever. This better not be a flippant story, because Bob Lashley was on Twitter afterwards saying, hey, Renee, don't worry, I got your back once your husband's gone, or something like that.
Well, after Raw last night, Dean said his goodbye.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
No, I know, which worries me even more, that Bob Lashley is going to be harassing Renee Young.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that.
And then that'll lead to something else. I don't know. Is Corey Graves going to come out of retirement?
It'll probably be Roman. Roman will say, step off.
That's a good point, yeah.
Roman will interject himself in that.
That could be.
Next, quick shot of the returning Sami Zayn.
See,
Let's go.
I just don't do a shot of him. Just have his music playing.
I know.
Much bigger pop that way.
Yeah, I know. So he's walking backstage. Said he's coming back to the ring tonight. Mm-hmm. Then we got another Mojo mirror promo. Camera pans around or tracks around, and the mirror is now broken, and he's got electricity face paint coming out of his eye.
Confirmed. Rawgate Mutant. It begins.
It kind of, because the way the mirror was broken looked like one eye was up here.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Stay hype. You're not that, bro.
Day. Mutant Day.
Mutant Day.
So, yeah, he's got face paint now. Is he ever going to have a match?
No, he's just going to talk to his mirror.
There's going to be it's going to be this endlessly.
Yeah, man.
More face paint.
I like the face paint, though. It's something different.
I don't. It's terrible. It's
He's
so
got electricity coming from his eye.
So Rawgate Mutant.
We should be celebrating that. That's our creation.
Well, I want to get.
Oh, that's not going to happen. After that, then we get Sami Zayn coming down the ring. He grabs a mic and says, "Hey, I'm back. My schedule's wide open, so it'd be cool if I had a match."
Just a match. Match would be good.
And then Finn comes out, talks to the ref, said, "Continental title on the line. Sure, why not?" Ring announcer makes it so. Match begins.
I like how we're the guys who, this is fairly obvious, but a couple times over the past 9 months we had gotten friendos asking, is there any chance that Sami Zayn comes back from his injury, Jack Daddy?
Yeah, he looked pretty much the same.
He looked literally the exact same. He looked like he took even more time off from the gym.
He's been traveling through Europe for a while.
Right.
They got some good food over there, man.
All sorts of great culinary delights.
Some great food over there, man.
Absolutely. You know who probably doesn't indulge in any of those culinary delights? Finn Balor.
No, man, he is jacked.
Did you see he was wearing the blue?
Yeah.
SmackDown.
I think he did that last year, too.
Confirm.
I'm pretty sure he did that last year.
Did they do a shake-up last year?
Yeah.
Did they?
And, like I said, I'm pretty sure he did that last year, and I know he has a history of messing with people. He likes to mess with people. So don't take that as any indication that he's headed to SmackDown next week. Not to say it precludes the possibility. Finn's been known to mess with people a little bit.
Confirmed. Double confirmed.
Fun match, though.
Oh, it was a really fun match, yeah.
It's good to see Sami back in the ring.
Yeah.
Of course, he hits Blue Thunder Bomb. He never wins a match that way. Finn kicks out. Finn goes up the top for a coup de grace. Sami evades. Tries to hit a roll-up. Finn kicks out. And the finish saw Sami missing a haluva kick.
Haluva.
Finn goes to the top. Hits coup de grace. He wins. Sami grabs a mic and just cuts a scathing promo. Scathing. Yeah. Calling out WWE Universe for their highly critical ways.
It's a toxic environment, he says, because of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're going to be my mouthpiece. That's what Vince said.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, these fans think they know better than Vince McMahon. God damn.
Quote the Raven here says that Sami and Daniel Bryan share the same hyperbolic chamber. Hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah. Nate Ryan, the friendo on Twitter also last night, was calling out the parallels.
I thought that too,
between the two. But, one guy's on SmackDown. It worked for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He says the fans' lives are empty. He says he has a really fulfilling life.
Yeah.
He says the fans, the universe lives are so empty they have to fill it with wrestling, essentially.
Yeah, what's a synonym for fickle? What's something he can shout at people? You don't have to look it up.
I'm going to look it up because I feel like I know it. But I'm also still exhausted. Variable.
Capricious. There you go.
Capricious.
Changeable. That's not a word.
Capricious. Yeah, fickle has a better ring to it, though.
Yeah.
Flighty.
Faithless. Oh, that's a good one.
Flighty.
Arbitrary.
Flighty is the answer.
Flighty. Change it.
So a good promo. See where this leads, if anything. I'm sure it's just more mid-card for Sami. Man, when his contract's
I'm glad that he's not doing... I would prefer this version of Sami Zayn than the other version of heel Sami Zayn, which is like him just overdoing everything like this.
He was kind of doing that still. Like when he came out, he went through the door and just fell.
Yeah.
And his dancing was still all over the top. Which I find entertaining, but I mean, in terms of like the I know you're talking about in terms of his mic stuff.
It was getting so obnoxious during the Kevin
Owens. I still want Telestrator Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that'd be nice. After that, we
had a Dana Brooke interview.
So I really like Dana Brooke. I hope she gets pushed, but she really needs to be practicing her promos.
Or they need to stop scripting them.
I don't know if that's going to help, though. There's a little piece of weird flotsam, some
fuzz.
Stuff.
No, it's fuzz.
Yeah, because this was not good. But it's almost entertainingly not good. You know?
It just very much felt like she was just standing there trying to remember her lines and then recite them.
I feel she gets an A for effort. I think that she probably works really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But man, oof, boy, kind of rough.
After that, Elias comes down the ring. He says, "Rapping's not that hard."
She has a very her tone is very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Her tone is. I think it'd be great if she was a heel, but like that.
Yeah, where because this whole thing was very diplomatic. It's like, I want to be in the title picture. I don't know if I can be the title picture. It should be, but I want to.
Wait, who'd you say? Oh, Lacey Evans is at the front of that line. She almost talks like an old lady. Lacey Evans is at the front of that line. And I know I'm not at the front of it, but I'm not at the back of it either.
Yeah.
Would you like some hard candy?
Yeah.
That's what she kind of sounds like. So maybe emphasize that. Let's see here.
And then Elias, he says, rapping's not that hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some now. He does. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Not as clever as John Cena.
Right.
Then he culminates by saying, "Next one to interrupt me is a dead man." Well, of course, we all know who's going to come to the ring now.
Michelle.
The gong hits. Dong.
Gong. I really wanted keep rolling.
That's never going to happen, man. We're never going to get American Badass back.
That crowd would have popped so much more.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
For some Limp Bizkit. That crowd would have gone ape. Keep rolling. That'd have been amazing. He could just be himself, man. Old man American Badass. He has like some gray sweats on.
He lost a lot of hair in the span of what was the Saudi Arabia show? November? I didn't watch the show, but even the pictures then, like his hairline is.
You think so? I don't know, man. I thought that's been happening for a little while.
No, it is, but it feels like he lost a lot more.
Yeah. What was that show called? Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown Jewel.
Let's see here. Let's take a look. Maybe he can use some hymns. Well, that's not a good picture.
Yeah, it's not a good picture. You need a close-up, man.
He's got a hat on there.
Without a hat. What about that one?
This one? I can't really tell. It's too far away.
I feel like he's lost a lot. He just like his hairline's really going back.
Oh, here we go. Well, that's all wig or extension or poofiness. I don't know. Also, it looks a lot different when it's like dry and poofy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, he's old.
He is old.
He looked pretty good though.
Yeah,
like,
he was in pretty
showing
decent
off
shape.
More of his chest.
Yeah.
Old grizzled chest.
So he walks down the ring. Of course, earlier Elias had said he wasn't going to take any guff, or maybe he tries to interrupt him. So
the look on Elias's face when the gong hit was classic, though. It was classic because you're already on a close up, and he goes,
"Yeah,
it was awesome."
So yeah, Undertaker's in the ring. Elias is like, "All right," starts to leave. Thinks better because he said he's going to beat up anybody who interrupts him.
Yeah.
So he goes in the ring. Acts like he's good. He'll leave again. Charges towards Taker. He eats a boot. Then a choke slam. Then Undertaker takes off his jacket and his hat, drops him with the tombstone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we probably won't see Undertaker now till June when WWE goes to Saudi Arabia.
No. We're going to see him in May because he's going to be at StarCast.
Yes. True.
This is the Dead Man. I put you down like a dog and you're watching Going in Raw.
It'd be great if it were to
Rest in peace. Michelle.
And after that, we had our main event. Kofi Kingston taking on Seth Rollins. It was a good match while it lasted.
Winner takes all, and can you believe it, Larson? We now have a unified champion.
No, we don't, in fact. We don't.
The more of the speculation last night leading up to this match was who's going to interfere, not who's going to walk away with both titles. And, of course, everybody wanted the Undisputed. That place would have blown up.
Oh, heck yeah. That's the perfect time, perfect place to do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, keep them on NXT. They need.
Well, I mean, if Ricochet and Aleister Black still have NXT lower thirds, and they're on main full-time.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking. I was like, they could do Undisputed Era. If the experiment with Aleister Black and Ricochet, if they like it, they could still just do that. Have them still appear on NXT, still on all the shows they want. I suspect they still have NXT lower thirds because once the shakeup happens,
they're going to have Final Destination.
And they might even get split up. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
they're a terrific tag team, but part of me wants them to get split up so that they could just be singles guys.
Probably Ricochet on Raw and Aleister on SmackDown.
Yeah, either one.
Unless Andrade moves to Raw, and then Aleister will be on Raw. Yeah. Wherever Zelina is, that's where Aleister is going to go.
Yeah.
Anyways, this Kofi-Seth match is pretty good while it was happening. There's this great spot where they were avoiding each other's signatures and finishers. That was really well done. Talking about like New Japan style stuff.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
And then they're both on the top rope. Kofi knocks Seth off the top. Sets up for his trust fall off the top rope, which gets me every time. It's so awesome. And then Thebar hits the ring. And they start beating up Kofi. Seth comes in, tries to make the save. Thebar beats on him too. Eventually, though, Seth and Kofi clear the ring. Seth grabs the mic and says, "Hey, we'll finish this another time. We have beef with you for ruining this match, Thebar. Let's have this tag match right now."
Crowd starts chanting bull.
That's a bad spot for Seth to be in.
Bullshit. Yeah, well.
And the crowd pretty much rightly dumps all over it.
Yeah.
It's a really underwhelming way to finish the Raw after Mania.
Yeah. I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro, they're terrific.
Because like if the tag match itself that followed all 8 minutes of it was really entertaining.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad by any stretch of imagination.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter, though.
But when you set up something possibly really cool happening, knowing full well that we're not going to see it culminate in any genuine, satisfying way in terms of having one champion, we know there's going to be interference. Yeah. Just make that interference interesting, impactful, and send us on a direction that we think, oh, okay, something cool could happen from this. This just seems like we just want to break up this match. What are we going to do? I don't know. Thebar's good. Yeah.
Like, Seth's not going to show up at SmackDown tonight.
No.
So, yeah.
Have Lars, Drew, Bray, even Daniel Bryan, any of them get in there and start beating them up.
Daniel Bryan would have
way
been
better.
Good. Yeah, Daniel Bryan and Rowan would have been good.
Like, let this match go, make it seem like it's on the verge of, we're going to get a unified title.
Yeah.
Then have someone come in and interfere. Massive heat on that person.
Yeah. Well.
Now, this is a situation where the commentary tried to cover is like, the crowd's not happy that Thebar interfered this match. No, it wasn't Thebar getting the heat.
It wasn't, no. It was squarely on Vince.
Yes. So anyways, Kofi did get that trust fall off, but he was caught by Thebar. Then Seth broke it up with a suicide dive. That was pretty neat in the end. Seth pins Cesaro after Trouble in Paradise from Kofi and a stomp from Seth.
How great was that Cesaro selling the stomp?
Oh, that was fantastic.
He spikes himself and then flips over.
That
was awesome.
And the champions shake hands or fist bump afterwards. Seth raises Kofi's hand. It's a cool visual to end the show.
Yeah.
But it's just a shame that we didn't really get anything terribly interesting that preceded that.
I think even, what would have been nice too, is if right before the interference happened, we were about to get a Kofi finish on Seth. I feel like they might have squandered an opportunity to, Seth got that Universal title. That's the big title, right? you could potentially have a really great moment where that could be up for question in terms of who's the top dog, what's the top title. If you have Kofi set up to be this close from actually beating Seth.
Well, then after the match, they can do a fist bump in Kofi to say, was that close?
Yeah, exactly.
Seth being like, yeah,
exactly.
All right, well.
Yeah, he almost had him. Almost had him in that interference.
And just the way, like, it's Seth that grabs the mic and it's like, hey, Kofi, let's not finish the match we're having now. Let's do a tag match. It makes Seth look bad.
In what way? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Like he's the leader, he's the top dog doing it? Or what do you mean?
No. It's like, well, they're having a match. Kofi challenged in this match. And I don't know. I'm not saying this is their intent, and it's not even like the primary reading I would give to it. You could say, oh, this is Seth finding a way to avoid finishing his match with Kofi.
Yeah.
Because while he wasn't on the verge of losing, he was at the disadvantage at that moment.
I see what you're saying. I didn't read it that way at all.
That wasn't my primary reading of it either, but it just seemed like, well, why would you have Seth?
I did in my head, no, but you're right. In my head while watching it, I distinctly remember me thinking, there's still 8 minutes left. He could totally like tell the ref, no, we want this match restarted.
Exactly.
But I kind of knew in my heart that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I sort of stopped thinking about it in terms of, well, what does storyline logic mean? Because at that point, you're just thinking, well, how are they going to write themselves out of having a unified champion? At the end of the year? And that's bad because it's taking you out of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Let's do a SmackDown preview.
Yes.
See what they have.
The New Day.
Oh,
the
and
New
that
Day.
was another thing. I'm sorry. That was another thing that people were pointing out. There was literally a tease for SmackDown for Kofi to celebrate his WWE Championship win during Raw.
I know,
knowing full well that they have this match coming up where that could not happen.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. It's little things like that.
Yeah, no. The New Day celebrate Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship win at WrestleMania. After 11 years of hard work and sacrifice, Kofi Kingston made the most out of his WrestleMania opportunity, defeating Daniel Bryan to become WWE Champion in his first ever one-on-one chance at the title. While Sunday was an emotional night for Kingston, his family, and the New Day, tonight's edition of SmackDown Live will be cause for celebration. Big E and Xavier Woods are hosting a party for their friend. What will they have planned to celebrate the new WWE champion?
Next, the Usos and the Hardy Boys square off for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Well, that's cool. I thought we were going to get that at Mania. Jimmy and Jay Uso emerged victorious from a frantic fatal four-way match at WrestleMania, defeating Thebar, Ricochet, and Aleister Black, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev to retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championship. But the Usos will not get to rest on their laurels, as they will put their titles on the line tonight against the Hardy Boys in the first ever battle between these two teams. Matt and Jeff Hardy have made it clear they're on a quest to become the greatest tag team in all of time and space. Will that journey lead them to SmackDown Tag Team titles, or will they find themselves on lockdown in the Uso Penitentiary? Which set of brothers will emerge victorious from this huge first-time ever showdown?
How will The Miz bounce back after a crushing loss to Shane McMahon? Shane McMahon once again put his hands on The Miz's father. What's his name?
Potato Face.
Potato Face. Thank you. On Sunday at WrestleMania, sending the A-lister into a rage that brought their Falls Count Anywhere match all around MetLife Stadium. But The Miz's fury may have cost him. A superplex from a camera tower sent both competitors plummeting, through a platform on the stadium floor. But upon their crash landing, Shane O'Mac was on top of The Miz, and he secured the 3 count to win the battle. There's no doubt that The Miz was crushed. They didn't get the ultimate victory over his former friend. How will he rebound?
Will the target on Becky Lynch's back get even bigger? Becky Lynch may have had all the glory coming out of WrestleMania, but the man has quickly learned that being a champion on 2 brands may be tougher than expected. Last night, the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion emerged on Monday Night Raw to celebrate her victory. But when I'm distracted by this spin the wheel thing here.
I know. There's a lot going on over there.
On the website, there's like an ad for spin and win to see exclusive WWE videos.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Or they have like a slot machine thing for this exclusive network videos. Or exclusive to where? The network? Then how am I seeing my browser?
I already have the network.
All right, carry on. Sorry.
I know, it's just annoying. Last night, let's see, to celebrate her victory. But when her celebratory speech concluded, Lacey Evans arrived. The sassy Southern Belle, who is yet to compete on Raw and SmackDown Live, decked Lynch with her patented woman's right punch, setting off a wild brawl with the double champion. Will anyone on Team Blue follow in Evans' footsteps and target the man?
How iconic will SmackDown Live be? The WWE Universe was shocked at WrestleMania when Billie Kay and Peyton Royce took advantage of the chaotic nature of the Fatal 4-Way match to capture the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Now that they've been crowned champions, just how iconic do they plan on making WWE? Find out on SmackDown Live tonight, 8/7 Central on USA Network.
This preview was written by Bobby Maloke, who looks stunningly like Rick
Rude. I know.
I think it's actually Rick Rude. So yeah, let's take it to questions and see what questions people have.
Yes, got a couple new members, PJ Stahl and Jordan. Welcome. Jeffrey Nguyen says, fun weekend, but this slow wolf is exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Jimmy Thomas, Steve looking good with the fresh cut. Thank you, Jimmy Thomas. I think this shaking off too much. My face looks fat.
Josh, Power rank top 5 things that scare AJ Styles.
Oh, well, number 1 is Gillette razors.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Scares me.
Rawgate Mutant.
Well, yeah, of course. Losing his nipple again.
Mm-hmm. Apparently another RKO at a phenomenal form because he took every measure possible to avoid that happening.
Well, yeah, every man should be scared of that. And then being doxxed by Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe knows where he lives.
Yes. Joseph. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Joseph McGinnis felt like a holding pattern Raw till after the shakeup. Yeah, maybe. At least do the shakeup the night after Mania.
Yeah.
Let's get it all done.
Well, because I understand why. Because
there's too much excitement one weekend, kind of.
People are going to watch regardless Raw after Mania. You need to give them another reason to watch another episode. So you do the shakeups. Jimmy Thomas is pointing to the Bray puppet thing, says, a bunch of smoke, wheezing laughter. It's the True Buds.
Oh, there you go.
Could be True Buds.
See if next week that buzzard shows up again with a J. He's got a joint in his mouth. And we know it's True Buds happening.
I'm high, man.
Elliot Smith, why do they have to bury Elias like that?
Yeah.
He's getting buried by the finest, at least.
Oh, Elias? Yeah. I did. I mean, I've sort of stopped caring about him. I don't think of him as a wrestler anymore.
No.
He's just sort of in-game entertainment.
Swole Ricky, that's a great name. What superstar shakeup moves you guys want to see? I do want to see Finn go to SmackDown.
We should do a count on that this weekend.
All right, done.
Which
10 shakeup moves we want to see.
10 shakeup moves that must happen.
Yes, must.
Needs to happen.
Roman to SmackDown.
Otherwise, the entire WWE will collapse in on itself.
Yes. Nakamura to Raw.
Aleister Black and Ricochet split up.
Yes. There we go. We gave away like half.
Oh, did you see that cute little backstage segment?
That was great.
I love you, dude.
Yeah, that was so good.
He said, I love you, dude.
That's so good.
That was so cute. Let's see here.
Josh Little, power rank 5 characters from the past or legends to interrupt Elias. What the hell is up with the Bray Wyatt return teaser?
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Well, of course, Honky Tonk Man. That'd be cool. We already saw Jeff Jarrett interrupt him. Anybody else got a musical gimmick? I'm strictly thinking musical gimmicks.
Yeah. Is there anybody from
Bugenhagen?
Oh, yeah, Bugenhagen. There you go. Alex C., do you think anyone down the line will remember the finish to the Mania main event? Or will it be like Jericho winning the Undisputed title where the result is what's remembered, not the means? Yeah, that's the thing, is that people just remember the moment.
Yeah.
They don't remember
the specifics, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dylan Haggett. Actually, Alexa wrestled the night after the Rumble. Fair enough.
Cody Miles, any tips on what to do when you have heat with your wife for watching 59 hours worth of wrestling in 1 week before the podcast? Now it's time to focus on her.
Mm-hmm.
Give her what she wants. If that includes smashing, great. If it just means, some
time,
meal where you
a nice dinner.
You got to listen to her talk and talk and talk.
A good bottle of wine, something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Flowers.
5 gin and tonics in one sitting.
Chocolate covered strawberries. It's gin and sodas first. And I actually haven't had one of those in several weeks.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about what he wanted to do for his wife.
Well, it was obviously a reference to me. So curb your tone over there.
Not everything is about Larson.
When I hear gin and tonics, and 5 of them.
I know your ears perk up because you're fiending for it.
Oh, I know.
You're a
sweet, luscious alcohol.
Non-functioning alcoholic. I put up also on the Patreon. I'm gonna go between. I put up a members only for the Slow Wolfpack members.
Can we get some members only jackets with Slow Wolfpack logos on them?
I'm very tempted to do that. Yeah. Will Holler, are you gonna make new Slow Wolfpack shirts for the group?
There is no group anymore. Oh, for the YouTube? I think it meant the faction in We Book Raw.
So there's 2 available now. There's the Slow Wolfpack shirt that's at Pro Wrestling Tees. That's just a black shirt with the Slow Wolfpack logo.
Or on the Society 6, there is the all over print one.
There is the all. If you want to be like super member, you can do that. So they are available out there. They're in the world.
Yeah.
As to whether or not we will produce a new shirt, right now there's no plans, but you never know.
Thalamic Rex, this money is just for you guys being you. Too sweet and hearty handshake. Thank you, Thalamic.
Thank you very much.
Dom L says hashtag Ruby for Money in the Bank. I think that'd be great. LA Reed 9449 is a new member. Welcome, LA Reed.
Greg Morris, if Lars had his match at Mania against Cena, what match that did happen would have been cut, and what, if any, gets moved to the kickoff? I think it probably...
They probably, I hate to say this, but they probably could have moved the U.S. title match to the kickoff.
Yeah. That was a minute long. I don't know, man. Probably made... Well, Triple H wouldn't have given up any of his time. I mean, it would have been a quick match. I feel like that Lars match probably would have been like a shockingly short one.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he would have sucker punched him in some manner and then
freak accident,
and that's it. But also, who knows if Cena doesn't like Lars? I don't know. That would have happened.
Yeah, no. Buyer's Guide to Cryptids. Hey guys, can I, Gatlin, get a happy 20th birthday after watching? I'm getting my first tattoo, but can I get Triple H explaining his entrance to Vince?
All right, listen, Dad. Here's
happy birthday, Gatlin.
Happy birthday. This is what I wonder what his tattoo's gonna be.
Here's the deal. I got this really cool custom car.
Another custom car.
Yeah,
What's your fascination with automobiles? Tell me.
Have you seen this movie called
Son?
Have you seen this movie called Furry Road?
You think I have time to watch motion pictures?
You think I got time to watch the talkies?
I know. I can't spare 5 minutes to go to the gym most days, much less go to Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon. Oh, man.
Dylan,
this
sorry,
is
go ahead.
There at the bottom says, is Dana Brooke the Baron Corbin of the women's division? Diction and cadence wise, yeah. Hey, you're not me.
Dylan, it was so obvious that the puppet laugh was Bray.
Yeah. Savvy McFly, was this Raw a little weak compared to the last Raw after Mania? I don't remember much about the last. What happened on the last Raw after Mania? Well, nobody ever remembers this stuff, man.
I think.
Nobody ever remembers this stuff.
Jay Sean Lawrence, is it me or does Sammy look like NWO with Dean Ambrose? Now he's got a haircut. What was up with Dean having his hair parted last night? You notice that?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he had his hair parted.
Maybe I did. Wait, maybe I did.
Like way on the side over here.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Can't remember him having it parted before.
Oh, just is Liam Wagner with WWE recently signing Russell and Flo as an on-air digital talent. Cool. That's awesome. What internet superfans could sign with the company and what would they do? For example, Brock Lesnar guy. Who's Mache 275?
There's a guy that goes by Mache that's a sneaker customizer.
Oh, okay.
He's done some Machine stuff. I don't know if he did the Jordan 3s that Becky wore last night, but he did a pair of Jordan 1s for Becky.
Okay.
But he's got he's a well-established shoe customizer already.
No, I don't know. Who else? Like they should hire Grimm. Book have him produce some matches.
There you go. He takes over main event. Joe Juarez, Beefy Dubs experimenting with some new product, maybe.
Cody Lee, what are your predictions on the 3 biggest superstars jumping brands next week? Find out and count out. This Saturday.
Yeah. Quoth Raven 79 says, "Mama by Genesis with Phil is great to smash to."
Interesting. What? Yeah, a smash into a Phil Collins song. I mean, Patrick Bateman did an American Psycho.
Yeah. That's the studio though. Marcus Harrison, if the puppet were a dark manifestation of his or other What if the puppet were a dark manifestation of his or other wrestlers' thoughts and desires, but for some reason the voice of the buzzard is Bobcat Goldthwait? That'd be great.
God, that's a weird
That'd
reference
be great.
right there. Is Bobcat still with us?
I believe so.
He's directing movies.
Yeah, he directs now, yeah.
That's right, yeah. I saw one of his movies. It wasn't very good. I forget which one it was.
Jose Alaguna. How did Bray convince Vince to bring out a puppet? It might have been someone else's idea.
I'm telling you, man, it was a writer who pitched it as a joke. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if we listen, I've had this idea for a while now. It's a box and there's a puppet inside. It's a buzzard puppet.
It's a puppet
great,
show.
Right? And then thinking Vince is going to laugh. Oh, yeah, you're hired. You're my favorite new writer.
Oh, that's the best idea.
That's great. I love puppets. Have you ever seen Fraggle Rock? Aaron Hagman. Power rank wrestlers that would use a cardboard box as their new compound. Well, Elias comes off straight up like a subway dweller guy who was on the guitar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was his the gimmick before was the Drifter.
The Drifter, yeah, exactly.
I kind of dropped that, but Quoth the Raven 79, did Sammy and Daniel Bryan share? Oh, I read that earlier. Hyperbaric Chamber.
Brian Carter, do you think after the reaction at WrestleMania and the Raw after Mania that Vince is fully convinced that Kofi can be a good champion with a solid reign? I don't know. Vince is Vince. I think I'm probably. I mean, if Kofi keeps on getting these like crazy good chants, then I think his case will be a lot more solid because Vince, I think, does kind of pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think 80% of it is like, well, what does Vince think?
Yeah. Robert Sinfern, best rhyme sayer rapper, and why is it idea? I'm not that familiar with the rhyme sayer.
All I know is Atmosphere. And I think Mers was with Rhyme Sayer. I don't know if he still is.
Oh, okay. Oscar Osorio, you guys watching Endgame opening day?
I am, for sure.
I haven't even seen the other one yet.
He hasn't even seen Infinity War. Let's see here. Aaron Kilborn, what is Lars's ceiling?
Braun Strowman.
Wow, that's a high ceiling, though.
Yeah, but not championship material.
Braun is like universal guy in wait. He's like face of the company in waiting.
I meant Braun Strowman as he
exists right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's another ceiling out there. Let me think of it. I think his ceiling is probably. Do you remember Mason Ryan? Mm-hmm. Luther Reigns.
Heidenreich.
His ceiling is Festus.
Snitsky.
Snitsky's a good ceiling to have. That guy was hot business for a second.
Yeah.
He had like that weird Lita baby story.
Yeah, is that when he kicked the baby?
I think maybe. I could see Lars Sullivan kicking a baby.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see that happening.
Josh Little, they said it was Dean's last match, but we get John Moxley in WWE. Dominic Marini, is WWE living up to the hype of giving fans what they want? At Mania, yeah, but Raw after, not so much.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ryan Ringo asks if he thinks there's going to be a unification match next year at 36. Seth versus Roman, maybe. What if they moved Roman over to SmackDown?
They should move Roman over to SmackDown. Iconic Bud Ryan, feel like I owe you money because when my Mania party got bored, I resorted to Triple H impression. Had everyone rolling. Learned it from watching you guys. Sorry, from watching you. Love you guys.
That's gimmick infringement, man. That's just straight up.
You're not the first to do a Triple H impression.
But I'm the best. I'm the
Even
finest.
That's debatable. Jeffrey Nguyen says, buried by the finest. Kona Reeves is Undertaker confirmed. Finest.
Undisputed Shin Kicker. How do you build Sanity back into a competent tag team?
I got to win matches.
They just need to put together some wins. Give them like a cardboard box with a puppet inside.
Yeah.
That'll get them there.
Turn him into Young Love.
Luis Felipe. Yeah. It's turn him into Young Love. If you aren't watching Steven Larson book Raw, you are missing out on the most quality wrestling entertainment there is. It's one of those things. It's mind-boggling that less than 5,000 people watched We Book WrestleMania.
No, more than 5,000 at this point.
Is it at more than 5,000? It's mind-boggling that less than 10,000 people have watched that. It's that good.
What's the population of the world? It's mind-boggling that
like
everyone's
probably 8 billion by now. Man, yeah, they really need to do that. What are we at?
5,200, almost 5,300.
Oh my goodness, that should be tenfold.
Yeah.
This is the best. This is the best create a WWE universe thing
that's ever existed.
That has ever existed. Rawgate Mutant is #1 storyline in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
Luis Felipe de Castro Reyes. Do you guys see Sami Zayn better as a heel or face? He says personally he thinks that Sami is one of the few guys who can pull off babyface better than heel. Guess what, Luis? I agree with you. I kind of prefer him as a face. I do.
I want to see him with the telestrator gimmick first, and then I'll decide. Pi1203 rate. Whose smart idea was it to have Money in the Bank be the same night as the Game of Thrones finale?
Wait, what? Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Ugh.
They probably didn't know that when they rescheduled.
Is there a lot of crossover there between wrestling and Game of Thrones?
There's a lot of wrestlers who like Games of Thrones.
Seth Rollins, what's Seth Rollins going to do? Sorry.
He gets paid to wrestle, so he'll probably do that.
My leg hurts. Oh, it hurts. Sorry.
I'll be watching Money in the Bank. I'm like 5 seasons behind on Game of Thrones. Wasn't my thing.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. It should be good. Let's see here.
The new season start already?
One more. No, it starts in I think the same week as Endgame, maybe before then.
When is that?
It's the end of this month.
So they're gonna have 4 episodes this season? Because Money in the Bank is in May.
When does Game of Thrones start?
It's May 19th, I want to say, is Money in the Bank.
Game of Thrones. It's 8. I think it's 8 seasons or 8 episodes. How far are we from?
About a month, a bit more than a month. So it's the 19th.
Let's see here. Oh, that's right. They're putting out some Game of Thrones Oreos. I can't find the
well, if it's 8 episodes, then it had to have premiered March 31st.
Let's see here. All episode lengths. Oh, here we go. Season 8.
Here go to episodes. It might say when they air.
Episodes. Yeah, here we go. April 14th. Oh, so it's this week. And it goes to May 19th.
Oh, so there's only 6 episodes.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, but they're probably super long or something.
Deuce Trey says Game of Thrones is this Sunday.
This Sunday. Okay, cool. Goes to show how closely I pay attention. Yeah, I'll watch that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. The final season would be, stated instead of the series finale being a feature film, the final season would be 6 one-hour movies on television.
All right.
Okay.
Isn't that what a weekly drama is anyways? Is an hour-long movie, essentially?
Maybe they mean they're going to be more... all the different threads are going to resolve per episode.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
People like to say things.
Yeah.
If you're a show, you get so many questions about Game of Thrones. That poor bastard. He's like, I don't know. It's 6 one-hour movies.
You gonna watch it now?
He's just trolling people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna not watch?
I know. We got 6 hours of people out there hiking across.
Yeah.
What are the
Snow,
Westeros?
Westeros.
And that's all it is.
Zombies.
You seen Brown Bunny? It's all that footage of Vincent Gallo driving. This is like that, except no payoff at the end.
No payoff at the end. Yeah. Is that what you call the Brown Bunny payoff?
Quote unquote payoff.
The final scene?
Quote unquote payoff.
Except no smash at the end. Anyways, I think we've rambled enough.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. $1 and up patrons. We got an overrun coming up.
Oh, yeah. It's Truth Exposed Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. It is Tuesday. God, it feels like a Monday. Anyways, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.